So tonight we're doing a little floundering in our kitchen tonight. We're actually going to be making flounder fillets. A quick, simple, and easy dinner. Did a quick run to the market and picked up some fresh fish. And actually they had some wonderful fresh spinach. So I usually buy the spinach in the boxes or in the plastic containers, but this looked really good, so I got some of that. We had some quinoa that we had made last week, which has been in the fridge. Oh, that's my oven saying temperature is up to 325. I'm going to be kicking it up, I think, to 350 in a minute. But so anyway, I want to show you how simple and easy it is to put this meal together. But I'm going to start with the spinach. So I have a pot on the stove. I'm going to steam the spinach tonight. I already have one that I cut and put in here, and I'll show you how I do it. But tonight, I think what we're going to do, once the spinach is steamed, I have the quinoa. I'm going to mix it together with the quinoa. So it's going to more or less be a little bit of a quinoa, spinach, seasoned side dish. So I already did one of the little bunches of spinach. So here's the other one. You know, a little trick in the kitchen. And you could actually use a nice, cloth towel, a kitchen cloth towel if you wanted to. But I washed this. I washed it, relatively well, soaked it in water, washed it, shook it off, and then I'll usually take it and you can actually bang it to get and I did this a little while ago, to get the water out. I do that with parsley, you can do it with cilantro. So anyway, I had this wrapped. I've already gone through a couple of paper towels. Now it's kind of almost dry. It's kind of soaked through. I'm taking the quick and easy way out. Now I could undo this and, do each one individually. Like you could, man down, spinach down. You could like literally go to each one, pull off the stem and just toss the leaf in there. Can do that. We don't mind a little of the stem in our dinner. So, a couple of these loose ones I am going to do that with. So I'm just going to make this literally very quick and easy. Obviously, you want to be careful you don't go down too far and you don't want to lose much of your spinach. But I'm just cutting this very simply. Now there is, some down here. I probably could have got more there. I'm putting that over here, and then the rest is right here. And I'll just sort through. If I see any really long stems, I'm going to pull them out. I don't want those stems in there. And there will be some. Could be easier. It's a little more time consuming, and I'm not interested in spending any more time in the kitchen tonight than I need to. So I am...
Hi to Karen Millett.
Hey, hi Karen, how are you? How's it going? So we're making a little fish tonight and looking forward to having a delicious, healthy dinner. Hope that you have a great weekend. So here we go. So this is basically our spinach. And I'm going to put this in here, and then I'm going to move on to the next dish, which is showing you how I put together my my flounder. I actually was at the market today, and I got some fresh flounder, wild caught, and I also got some salmon, which just looked beautiful. Again, wild caught salmon and Alaskan sockeye looked beautiful. And then I also got some scallops. So I may put some of it in the freezer, and the rest, well, obviously we're having the flounder tonight. So that's basically it. All of those beautiful greens are going in there, and we're going to just move this top layer off and move on to the next. This is going over here into my steamer. I'm not doing anything with that yet because I'll put that on last because it won't take that long to cook. It's a cold New England spring afternoon. We're in spring, right? So John made us some herbal tea, which is absolutely delicious. Let me move that out of the way. So the next thing up is this wonderful flounder. And what I did was, I am a fanatic about washing everything. So when it comes home from the market, I do meats, fish, everything. So I took it out of the package, and then I have these beautiful fillets. Obviously, this could make more than a couple of servings, but I'm cooking it all, and then we'll have leftovers. So I washed them and just kind of pat them dry, and they're all set right here. I'm going to put this to the side for 1 second because I want to prepare my pan to put them in. And it's going to be really simple. I'm just doing it with some simple ingredients. A little bit of olive oil. And thank you to my husband for refilling this for me. I went to get the container of olive oil out and went up to go to do that, and it was already done. So that was just awesome. And so what I have here, and what I'm going to be using, a little bit of scallions. I love scallions, and I've chopped some of them up because we're going to make a bed for these fillets to lie on. There's a little bit of parsley that's chopped. This is a couple of chives. Over here, I have some of the whole herbs. So I'm just going to layer this in here. And this is dill. Dill is relatively strong. It's, you know, it has a very pungent aroma to it, and but gives it such a nice flavor. I prefer dill with salmon than I do with flounder, but a little bit of it I think is really nice. And this is just some fresh thyme. My thyme plant, for whatever reason, is just not doing that well. I'm going to save a couple of these to put on top of our fillets. So I'm literally just building a bed. This is, you know, I love my shallots. So this is some shallot, because all of this is going to kind of steam together. I don't want this on the top of my fillets. And then this is garlic, and the garlic is pretty heavy because it's definitely, I can smell that garlic. But this will cook underneath it nicely. So that's going to be part of my bed that is going to, my fish is going to go on top of. And then I want to just put a little bit of my chives here, a touch of scallion. Some of this is going to go on top. And I actually could have just done some leaves of parsley. And I'm just mixing that up. Now I want to put in my fillets. And I'm just leaving them whole. And there's one. I want to make sure that I do have enough oil on the bottom, so I'm going to probably add a little more. So let's see if I can get this one up. Okay. Look at that. Gotta wash my hands because I'm also fanatic about washing my hands in the kitchen. There we go. So now I am going to add a little more olive oil. And I just really want it for the pan. Now you can do panko. You could do all kinds of stuff. You could bread this. You can pan cook it on top of the stove. I'm just going to make it simple and easy, and I'm doing it in the oven. First thing I'm going to do is add some sea salt, because I want to have a nice coating of that over this fish. This is just so fresh and beautiful. We haven't had flounder in such a long time. You could use white pepper if you didn't want to see the pepper flakes. I love the color. I love just the, you know, the way it all looks. So black pepper is just perfect for me. Oh, and I forgot one thing underneath. I'm glad we're doing this. My lemon. So 2 of these are going underneath. There we go. Alrighty. Now we're complete, because I'm going to put some on the top. I also did some lemon zest. So we have that on there. And I'm going to sprinkle some of these fresh herbs. There we go. A little bit of parsley, which is so fresh and wonderful. You know, if it gets the stem in there, it's not that big of a deal. Look at that. Doesn't it look great? And then my scallions. This gives it such flavor. I don't want a ton of it on it, but I definitely want the flavor in here. Now, lemon. I'm not using, just washed my hands, and I'm not using, you know, I could do the lemon juice. You need to be careful with lemon juice on fish, because it can actually, even with chicken, the lemon juice, I see all those seeds, there we go, it'll cook it if you leave it long enough. There we go. So that's nice and fresh there. And I zested some already, but I need a little more zest. So I'd save that. These things are awesome. I have a couple of little ones, but I still like this big one right here. And I am going to use some more. There we go. Some nice fresh lemon zest. Doesn't that look fabulous? It smells divine. This smells so good. And now I'm going to add some of that lemon. I'm just putting my little thyme on the top here. That seems to be a little bit of a bigger fillet. Put that there. I'm going to give it another little coating of sea salt. I'm actually going to put a little bit of water in the bottom of this because I want to almost not really poach it, but I want to give it, I just don't want it to stick to the pan, and I want it to cook because I want the fish to be nice, light, and airy. I'm going to just cut this on here.
Say hi to Paula Jean.
Hi. Hi, Paula. How are you? We're making fish tonight. Tell Al we said hi. All right, so here we go. And that pretty much is going to take care of that. And then, of course, our little final, we need a little bit of this on top. Now, I'm not using my cutting board, but that's okay. And you got to be careful. Like, my hands are a little wet here, so I want to make sure I'm not... well, it's not a big deal, really, to me, or to John, if we get some seeds in there, because we know we're going to pull that off when it comes out. And I just want these thin to go right on top. And now you can see we've got some good liquid in the pan. And what I didn't do, I prepped everything else. But I do have some water. I'm going to run right over here. Well, maybe not run. Get some water from the fridge. And I'm going to add that. Just a little. Because this isn't going to create liquid. You know, some meats will create liquid. This fish is not going to create liquid. So, and I don't want it to burn. I want to make sure I don't want it to stick. There we go. And that, my friends, pretty much is my flounder. This here, let me just show you this. I measured out the quinoa. On Saturday, I made a big old batch of it. We've been having it during the week. Move those out of the way. And so there are 3 containers in here. John will be having 2 tonight. I'll have 1 because I had some additional carbs during the day. So I'm going to have 1 with dinner tonight. And like I said, I'm going to steam that spinach, and I'm going to actually just heat this up in the microwave. And then when it comes out, I'm going to put it in a bowl, maybe put a touch of olive oil. I may crush a little bit of garlic. I don't want it to be too heavy on the garlic. And some sea salt, and mix some of that together. I'll have some spinach by itself on the side, a little mixture with the quinoa for the spinach there, and then we'll have some flounder. So that will go in later. And pretty much that's it. I'm putting this into a 350-degree oven until it cooks. You know me, I'm not good with the measurements. I'm not good with giving you specifics on measurements, times, or anything like that. For me, it's cooking is taste, smell, texture. But you'll be able to see, obviously this is very translucent. You can see the fish is raw. It's not cooked. The flounder turns a really pretty white. Obviously you don't want to overcook it, so you want to make sure that it doesn't get dried out. But you can do it in so many ways. You could, panko is a wonderful, a coating for flounder, doing it on the stove, stovetop. You can do so many different things, but this is how we're doing it tonight. This is going in the oven. I'm not covering it. And that, there we go. I'm going to turn that up to 350. I will probably take some pictures, and if there's some time, I'll come back when everything is all together and show you. Hey there. So we're back, and we're getting ready to have our dinner. I'm so excited. I actually have a video of us preparing the flounder and getting it all ready, and this is the finished product. So if you want to take a little look over here, this is some quinoa with a little bit of sauteed spinach. I added a touch of olive oil, a little bit of a lemon juice, and some sea salt. This is mine, and this is a his and hers. John has 2 little sections of the quinoa. There's some fresh spinach there. I haven't added actually anything to that. Haven't seasoned it. I haven't put any olive oil, nor have I put any sea salt. We probably won't. We'll probably just put a little sea salt on it. And then this is the flounder. This is the rest of the flounder, which we can If we want a little more protein, we can have a little more of that tonight, or that can be for another meal. And of course, we're living a lifestyle and not a diet. And so every so often we have an indulgence, or actually maybe sometimes more often than not. And that's why we just came off of the 21-day ultimate reset, where I lost 21 pounds in 21 days with an amazing cleanse. I still have not had wine yet. This would actually be the first night that I have wine, and I'm not even sure that I'm going to drink it. Or maybe I will. But I can't do this fish without our Martin Ulysses, without our NU wine. And if you don't know about what Martin Ulysses is and what it means to me, this is what we call Daddy's wine. It's family wine. My niece Chrissy started a company, to honor her family, to honor our family, to honor my dad, my mom, her parents, my sister Irma and brother-in-law Leonard, and she's got some fabulous wines, and we can't wait to get more of them here in New England. But anyway, we have a little stash of it, and this wine pairs perfectly with the Flounder. So a nice MU wine. Maybe John and I will split this glass of wine, but actually I could probably, no, I really couldn't have it today because you have to be into the fix to know, the 21-day fix, but it would be one of those little yellow containers. John's got 2 and I've got 1 because I had carbs earlier today. So in any event, this wine pairs perfectly with this. So if you're not doing a program like we are, because we're engaged with an accountability group for 21 days, and I'm really planning on sticking to it, you could pair this fabulous wine, this Malvasia or Trebbiano, with this Flounder. So this is it. This is our dinner tonight. Quick, simple, easy. It really didn't take all that long to do, and to prepare, and some of this was because the quinoa was already prepared during my meal prep. And then I just got some fresh fish today, and I ended up getting some fresh spinach. Really simple, really easy, and incredibly healthy and delicious. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I think we've put some of these videos out almost every night this week. And if you like it, let me know. If there's something you want to see in particular, let me know. I love doing them. It's fun. It keeps me accountable. And I know it's helpful to the people in our accountability group and those that we're all on that journey to a healthier lifestyle. So it's Friday night, guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy. And as we say in Italy, chin chin, salute.